Hey guys, how's it going? It's Zahait here, and we're back with a brand new episode of The Farmer Was Replaced. And in the last episode, we started our timed reset, timed run, trying to get on the leaderboard. And our farm flower code here is broken. It's just broken. It's no good. So what we're gonna do today is clean this up a little bit, try to speed things up a little bit. Make it a little bit more efficient, see if we can figure some stuff out here. So, I have so many things that I need to fix, I don't even know where to start. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to eliminate the list of locations, because it doesn't really matter. Let's double check something. I want to see how many different types of petals. Where's the, like, oh, here we go. How many different types of petals there are? Does it go up to 16? I think it goes up to 16. Does it say? Returns the number of petals. It doesn't say how high it goes. So, maybe I can just, can I just run this? You know what? We can probably do it if I set a goal to something really big. Farm flowers. Okay, I just want to see how it's getting slower and slower as it's going? That's no good. So, okay, I just want to see how high the numbers get. Petals. Where's my list of oh, I stopped it instead of pausing it. I should have, oh, dang it. We have to start over. Hang on. So I've paused it. We should be able to see a list of petals. Oh, here we go. Goes up to 15 only? I wonder if that's always the maximum, or if I just got unlucky and there was no 16s. 15 and 7 again. I think those are the limits. Okay, let's try it one more time. And we'll see what happens. Okay, last try. Let's see what happens here. Petals, 15 and 7. Which is not bad. That's actually not bad. So what we'll do, let's just stop all of this. And what I want to do, get world size. Gets the current size of the farm, returns the side length of the grid in the north to south direction. Takes the time of one operation to execute. So, then what I should be able to do is set my farm size equal to get underscore world size to the power of 2, right? Returns in the north-south direction, I think it said. Returns the north-south direction. So it's going to take this number, and I'm just going to times it by 2 to account for this. Now, I know it's not always square, but by the time I'm farming sunflowers, it should always be square, so that should be fine. Now, the next thing, there shouldn't be any code here. I can't put to the power of 2? Huh. Okay, fine. I'll just put in get world size again. I didn't want to have to do 2 computations like this. But I guess it's fine. Each one of these takes the time of 1 operation to execute. And that's not great. It's only doing it 1 time, so I guess it's fine. But I don't know. We'll leave it for now. I gotta get this thing working, so let's worry about that first. We can worry about more efficiencies later. So, the next thing I want to do is, while the flower goal is greater than the number of items dot power, we also want to make sure we have sunflower seeds. Print. What do we want? Print. Let's see here. Unlock. Don't need this. I just want to, oh, here we go. I just want to print the cost for a sunflower seed, if that's a thing. Sunflower seed. Carrots. Okay, so we have to make sure we have carrots. So while the flower goal is greater than the number of flowers and num underscore items carrots items dot carrot is less than, it was 6, right? 6 times farm size. So this is going to make sure that we can always plant a full farm. And if we can't, then we're going to break out of this and we're going to do something else. So then we're going to go to, while planting, if get ground type equals turf till, good, we still want to do that. If get entity type equals none or get entity type is not equal to sunflowers, harvest. I don't need to harvest if it's none. So, and I don't need to check this if it was tilled. So this should be if get entity type is not equal to sunflowers. So if it's turf, we're tilling. If it's not equal to sunflowers, we're going to harvest. I guess that means it's still going to harvest even if it is nothing. So, I mean, I guess that's fine. I don't know a better way to do that. I guess I could check up here if it is nothing. And the other problem is, every time I do this, I am running an operation, which I don't really want to do that like 20 times. So really, we should be moving, storing the variable that we are so that we can compare it, hopefully without an operation. I don't know if we can compare a variable without an operation. Like, does count less than tiles take an operation, or is this just two variables that happens? I don't know. I imagine it's still going to take an operation, so it doesn't actually save us any time. Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to play around with it later. I still got to just fix this thing. So, let's ignore it for now. I'll fix it later. Check if it's turf, till. Check if it's sunflowers, or if it's not sunflowers, harvest. Which it should never be sunflowers, because that's why we're planting. So this is a waste of a check. But I'm not actually checking if it is sunflowers. I'm checking that it's not sunflowers, which I think still has to happen, because if there's carrots, I think we got to get them out of the way for it to plant the sunflower. So I think maybe that still does make sense. We'll leave it for now. Again, I keep getting distracted by things. So we're checking this, and harvesting. Then after we harvest, we want to start checking sunflowers. And that's going to go back a bit because we're going to do this. And then we're going to do this. That should work, right? Do I have to tab this elif because it's part of this if? I don't know. Okay, no, I do not. Condition elif condition. Okay, so that is fine. That means right in here, we're going to check if we have enough sunflower seeds. If we don't, I shouldn't do this every single time. If num items.sunflowers is less than farm size, then trade. Now there's a way to do this for multiple items. Trade item farm size. So that is going to make sure that we don't have to do this every single time and waste operations. Then once we've checked that we have enough sunflowers, we are going to start planting the sunflowers. I still don't know if we're going to want to water or not, but we'll get that going. And then I don't need any of this. I don't think I need any of this right now. We're getting rid of all that stuff, which means I can get rid of this stuff. Ooh, okay, that's good. We'll get rid of all that. We'll get rid of all this. And no, that's right. That's right. Okay. And then somewhere in here, I gotta say if count is greater than farm size or equal to, I think greater than or equal to farm size, planting is going to equal false. And somewhere in here, we got to do count equals count plus plus, and we got to set count equal to not 90, 0. Okay, so that is going to go and check that we have enough power, or if we don't have enough power, but we do have enough carrots, then we're going to start planting, which is good. Every time we plant something, we are going to count plus plus. Once the count equals the farm size, we are going to stop planting. And this part we don't need anymore. And then what we're going to be doing is going to each and every tile and seeing if it's equal to 15, then 14, then 13, then 12, all the way down to 7. So maybe what I should do is put this up here and put the planting in here. End planting. Can I just do that? Does that work? End planting? I think that'll work. Then that means I don't need this part. That means I don't need this part. Nope, I want to keep it the way I had it. So now what we want to do is, well, the count is greater than 0. We want to harvest. So we're going to move to new location. And if we're gonna have to measure. If measure, is that all I have to do? Is equal to petals. I'm gonna have to set that equal to something. Petals equals 15. And I know you guys are giving me a hard time about my spelling, so maybe I should just fix that now. Petals. Flower petals, not gas pedal. So now we can fix that. So petals is going to start at 15. If measure equals petals, we will harvest. We also have to check if we can harvest. So if can harvest, does this work? Can underscore harvest. Harvest. And maybe what I should do is go, wow, does this work? Not can harvest? I don't know if that works. Maybe what I'll do is while can harvest equals false. Because we need to make sure he doesn't move. All right, let's go back to if can harvest. If can harvest, harvest. Then we're gonna move to, and we're gonna just put all this part in there, new location. So we're not gonna move unless we harvest. Else actually. Oh, we're also gonna need to count minus minus. And move to new location. Good. Else. What do we want to do else? Do a flip? else do a flip. I'm gonna need one of these. Now, at some point, we have to check... Uh-oh, this is not a valid expression. What is not a valid expression? Planting... If count is greater than or equal to farm size, planting equals false. Okay, and I just realized I can't do plus plus and minus minus. I gotta do minus equals and plus equals, I think. Minus equals plus equals. Does this work now? This is not a valid statement. Else, do a flip. Okay, does this work? Okay, it seems like it's gonna work. We're gonna have to do a quick... The file this function is defined in has a syntax error. The operator times cannot be used on the operand get world size and get world size. Why? Oh, hang on. Because these need to have brackets. All right, let's try that now. Hello? End number of items, items.caret. Oh, it has to be greater than. Greater than 6 times farm size. Okay. That kind of worked. The planting part at least worked. Let's clear that. So it should be planting all of those. Okay, that part's working. So move to new location if measure equals petals. How come it didn't move after it harvested? It should move immediately. I don't think I want this in here, because that means it's going to do this every time, which I don't want. I only want to move after we've harvested. So we got to get rid of that one. Okay, now why is it not moving? Oh, we need an else up here. So, to go with this if statement, else move to current location. I think we have to add this current location in here. Cur location equals. Okay, so I gotta put this in here. Okay, so that's gonna mean we're gonna move. Now the only thing is I'm not changing the number of petals I'm looking for anywhere. So somewhere I've got to check if our current location is 1, 1. And I guess the way to do that is just go if current location equals... I don't know if this works. 1, 1. I'm hoping that's gonna work. Then we'll go petals minus equals 1. And then we're gonna have to start this at 16 so that the code just works properly. Okay. I also am gonna have to move this planting part into my while loop, or it's not going to repeat, which I'm going to want it to do. And I'm also going to have to move this into my while loop, or that part's not going to reset, which I want it to. The count is going to end up back at 0 eventually anyway. And I think that should work. Okay, we're about to finish farming our first one. Hopefully. And then it just immediately starts planting more sunflowers. That's actually perfect. The only thing that could be a little bit faster is the growth of them. So I could add some water in here and that would make them faster. But I think that's gonna work, and it's not slowing down while it's planting. So the only thing now that I have to wait for is for the flowers to actually grow. And also the loop thing is not working 100% of the time. So that's interesting. I think what we want to do before we start planting up here is we want to go back to the start. So we want to go like this. And instead of sending to current location, I think we want to go to 0, 0. I'm hoping that does not work. Maybe I just have to go move to 0, 0. That's maybe the problem. Move to 0, 0. Does this work? Okay, that actually works, I think. Let's reset and see how that works after a few iterations. Okay, so there's definitely a way that I could make this faster. But again, my priority is to get this stupid thing to run all the way through. Hopefully, without stopping. So, let's see how far we get this time before everything breaks. And hope for the best. Alright, so we found our next error. There's something wrong with my get cactus number. What seems to be the problem here? Get cactus. Maybe we have to just run it and see. Get cactus. Why did it say that didn't work? While we're at it, I did have to debug this a little bit. Something is messing up and my count wasn't always setting back to 0 and it was bugging up and my petals... No, that was working fine. I'm trying to remember what else I had to fix. There was one other thing I had to fix in here to get it to actually stop bugging out. Oh, in here, I had to set end petals is greater than or equal to 7. So, because sometimes it was plugging up in here and my count and my petal thing wasn't working all the way through, so every time I cycle through here, petals goes down by 1. If I ever get less than 7, it breaks out of this loop. So that's the other thing I had to fix. So there's that. Now, let's see if we can figure out where this part's broken. I'll put a little pause right there. Once we get to this part, it'll pause. Get cactus. Cost number of bones. Goal. I'm just trying to see if there's a spot where I can pick it up before we get to there. Oh, here we go. Executes one step of the code. Bones. The operator minus cannot be used on the operands 0 and items dot bones. Dang it. I think what we need to do is add get underscore items. Is that right? Oh, num items. Num items. Items dot bones. Okay, that should work now. Hopefully. Also, someone was telling me that my maze code is not working for them. They copied it and it's not able to work. I don't know why that might be, but it seems to be working for me. So get gold. Maze move. These also need to be cleaned up. Oh, that's not the one I want. Farm gold. So we've already been over this. There's nothing really to cover here. Well, the number of gold, number of items, harvest, plant entities, not bush. Well, we're not on a hedge. We're not on a treasure. use the fertilizer, move. Okay, and then the maze move command. Again, we're gonna probably clean this up. Some of you have been giving me some good ideas, so I'll probably end up cleaning this up. But it seems to be working, so I'm not sure. I guess what I could do is once we get in here, I'll just make it pause. I'll slow it down and we'll see what it's doing. But it should be working. Okay, let's pause, or let's slow her down. It seems to be working. Oh, it's not repeating, though. Oh, never mind, it is. I just gotta hit play again. So there's been an update to this. And we can recycle our map or whatever. We have to figure out what the heck is going on here. Apparently, parts of the maze disappear, and we have to rerun the maze. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I don't think we need to worry about this anymore. It's working, so I don't know what to tell you guys. I get cactus code. Items.cactus is not a key in the dictionary. That's interesting. I figured out what it was. We gotta check if that's in there first, like what we were doing here. If items.gold in cost. So if items.cactus in cost, then we're gonna set this, and if it's not in there, then else we're just going to say goal cactus equals bone cactus. So I can copy this and we'll get rid of this part. So that should fix that, but that means we're gonna have to do the same thing with our bone code, because I did the same thing. If items.cactus, so if items dot bones in cost, do that, else nothing really. I guess we don't have to have an else. We'll just check that and be done with it. Okay, I hope that fixes it. What? I got to the end of my upgrade list? Goal equals... I shouldn't be getting to the end of my list. Because if num unlocks.leaderboard, I should check if that's actually a thing. Greater than 0, timed reset. Huh? Why is that? Is that not working? I should have... Hang on, let's pause it. Something's going on. We're getting so close. Where's my list? Unlocks leaderboard. Unlocks.leaderboard. Okay, let me see if that's actually a thing. Print. Let's hash that out for a second. Whoops. And what I want to print is instead unlocks unlocks.leaderboard. Unlocks with a capital. Unlocks.leaderboard. And let's delete all this. I have it unlocked currently, so this should... Unlocks.leaderboard. Oh, num unlock. Dang it. Num underscore unlocked. Okay. This should give us a number. 1. If num unlocks.leaderboard is greater than 0, timed reset. That should just be it. We should be done. How did I do that? I don't think I saw dinosaurs pop up at all. Somehow I broke something. Oh, guys, I found a major bug. I found a major bug. I was wondering why I was never farming cactuses and why I was never farming bones. And it's because they're not part of my can upgrade code. So have cactus, have bones. We have to do 2 more checks now. I can't believe I forgot about these. Whoops, have bones equals false. And then we got to somewhere down here, I guess check those things. If items dot cactus in cost, then we gotta check the number. So we gotta do items dot cactus greater than items dot cactus, or num unlock items dot cactus is less than 1, have power equals true. This should say have cactus and have cactus. And we gotta do the same thing for bones. So we'll copy all of this, paste it in here, make sure things are working properly. If items dot bones unlock bones. Actually, this should say dinosaurs, right? I think this should say dinosaur, but I'll leave it as bones and just see. I don't know. Because the other ones here, like items dot power instead of items dot flowers. Num unlock. I think it's actually fine. Okay. Well, let's assume it is fine. And have cactus and have bones. Okay, so that should fix it. We should actually be harvesting cactuses and bones now. Hopefully. We'll see how this goes. I probably, now that it's gonna reset every single time, or now that it does reset every single time, I probably don't need to run all these if statements, and I could just have the list, just straight up. I could just have the list be defined as all of these things without the append. So that'll save me a whole bunch of computation at the start, but we'll figure it out. I think I can delete this by at least half. And I could probably get rid of all these, like, less than 1, less than 1, less than 4, because I could just put them in the order that I want to unlock them and not even worry about it anymore. Some of these things I don't even think we need anymore. Like, unlocks at speed less than 13. I don't think we can even go that high anymore. Less than 18? That's not a thing. I'm pretty sure that's not a thing. So, I might have to clean this up at some point. I don't know a good way of figuring out what the maximum is. Doesn't really say. I wonder if it would say in here. I don't know. Auto unlocks. Unlocks.speed. I don't know if it tells us the maximum somewhere, but if it does, that would be good information to have. Alright guys, one final bug. I'm expecting this is the last one. I didn't call my farm cactus or farm bone anywhere, so we're gonna need 2 more of these guys in here. If goals items dot cactus and cactus. We want this to be cactus. And then we need bone. And that hopefully should fix everything. We're making it right to the end. We're just not farming cactuses right now, and I'm assuming, well, since we can't farm cactuses, we can't farm bones. So let's make sure this is all set up. That should be good. And I guess we'll give it one more go. Oh my god, we're farming cactuses and we broke our thing. What happened? Error something. Something happened in our pumpkin code. I did add a buffer in here because I was running out of carrots to turn into fertilizer, or to turn into pumpkin seeds. So I added a buffer in here. And I don't know what part of it broke, but we're getting very close. Oh, it was the farm carrot. I was supposed to have farm carrots. So this should also be farm carrots. No wonder. Get carrots, farm carrots. Oh, jeez Louise. Okay. That should be it. That should be all we gotta do. Guys, we're getting so close. We're starting to farm bones. My problem is right now, everything is super inefficient. I'm not sorting anything. I'm not checking if it's a good time to mine it. I'm just crushing out the cactuses. I'm crushing out the bones. But it looks like we're still gonna have a reasonably good time considering this code is super inefficient right now. Which is good. Means we're gonna be able to increase the speed very good in the future. Farming up some more bones. Okay, it looks like we're gonna have to do one more time. So what I'm doing in the bone code, the farm bone, we're checking if we have enough cactuses to plant or to farm bones at every location. So get world size times get world size times 60, because it costs 60 cactuses for one egg. And if we don't have enough, then we're farming cactuses until we do have that amount. And that's why this number here, 4860, once it gets to 4860, we're gonna start farming more cactuses, more bones. And hopefully this is the last time we have to do it. We're up to 3 hours right now, which is a lot. We're getting close to 4860. Get ready. Here comes the dinos. We got enough bones. What's the Oh! We did it! We did it! I'm not on the top 300, but we did it. Oh my gosh. Okay, we have so many more efficiencies that we're going to be able to do. I can't wait for that. Guys, we made the leaderboard. 344. Look at that. How awesome is that? Okay, so there's so many things that I have to work on. I want to, in the next episode, I think we're going to start sorting these things from latest resource down. So actually we're doing that. Oh no, not the goals. We want to do the farming from the latest resource down. So I want to farm bones first, because bones take cactus, and cactus takes, I forget, gold, and gold takes pumpkins, and pumpkins takes carrots. So I should be farming them in the opposite direction so that I don't have to keep going back and farming more and more and more and more and more. And then within the code itself, I want to set up little buffers for each one of these things so that to farm the bones, I know I need cactus. I go into the cactus one. To farm the cactus, I know I need pumpkins. To farm the pumpkins, I know I need carrots, etc., etc. I need to clean all that up. But we made the leaderboard, top 500. That's the world leaderboard right there, guys. We did it. So I've got a pile of stuff to clean up. I know. I think the next thing we're going to want to work on is cactuses, because that is killing us right now. This is absolutely killing us with how long this takes. So we're going to have to come up with a nice little sorting command for that. But guys, I hope you are loving this series so far. If you have any awesome tips and tricks, I love to hear them. I read them all. And that is going to wrap it up for today, guys. So don't forget to leave me a thumbs up on this video. subscribe to my channel if you're new here, and I will see you next time.